Hello student, in the last video we have studied the definitions of acid and base according to Arrhenius theory. The substance which gives the hydrogen ion in the water are called acid, and the substance which gives the hydroxide ion in the water are called base. Today I will teach to you the reaction between the acid and base. Such type of reaction called as the neutralization reaction. Today I will teach you the neutralization reaction and types of salt. First example, take the example of acid according to Arrhenius theory. HCl, hydrochloric acid, is react with a base sodium hydroxide. HCl react with sodium hydroxide. It form a sodium chloride NaCl plus water. It form a sodium chloride as a salt and water. Is it not? It means that general reaction, acid is react with base to form salt and water. The reactions is called neutralization reaction. How to define the neutralization reaction? When acid is react with base to form a salt and water, the reaction is called as the neutralization. Understand? जेव्हा आम्लाची अभिक्रिया आम्लारी सोबत होऊन क्षारो पाणी तयार होते, त्या अभिक्रियेला उदासीनीकरण अभिक्रिया असं म्हणायचे. लक्षात? तर उदासीनीकरण अभिक्रिया होते म्हणजे काय? तर आपल्याला माहिती आहे आम्ल हे दोन प्रकारचे, तीव्र आम्ल आणि सौम्य आम्ल. आम्लाचे पण दोन प्रकार आहेत, तीव्र आम्ल आणि सौम्य आम्लारी. तीव्र आम्ल कोणाला म्हणतो आपण? ज्या आम्लाचे परिपूर्ण विचलन होऊन जास्तीत जास्त हायड्रोजन मिळतात त्याला आपण तीव्र आम्ल म्हणतो. आणि आम्लारी, ज्या आम्लारीचे पाण्यात विचलन होऊन जास्तीत जास्त हायड्रोजन मिळतात त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो? आम्लारी. सौम्य, ज्यांचे कमी विचलन होते किंवा विचलन अल्प होते आणि कमी प्रमाणात हायड्रोजन मिळतात त्याला आपण सौम्य आम्ल. कमी हायड्रोजन मिळतात त्याला आपण सौम्य आम्लारी. लक्षात? तर आयोनिक सिद्धांतानुसार हायड्रोक्लोरिक ऍसिड स्ट्रॉंग आहे, NaOH स्ट्रॉंग आहे, बोथ इज स्ट्रॉंग. HCl is strong, NaOH strong. Therefore, HCl is dissociate completely in the water. HCl ion form in the water, aqueous in the water, H positive and Cl negative ions form. Similarly, sodium hydroxide also is an example of strong base. Therefore, it is also dissociate completely and form sodium ion and hydroxide ion. Similarly, sodium chloride is salt. Therefore, they are also ionized in the water and it gives the sodium ion and hydroxide ion and it forms a dissociated water molecule. According to Arrhenius theory, we can write this example like this. See on the both side, left hand side and right hand side, which is the common ion? Sodium ion is common ion, get cancelled. Next one is the, Cl. Cl dissociate form Na positive and Cl negative ion. Cl get cancelled. What is remains on both sides? In the left side, it only hydrogen of acid and hydroxide ion of base is remain on left hand side, and on the right hand side H2, it is a pure water. This is not ionized because it is called as the undissociated water. Pure water is a weak electrolyte. Therefore, it not dissociate. It means that on both the sides, one hydrogen, one hydroxide ion. Here also one hydrogen, one hydroxide ion. Both sides having the same number of hydrogen hydroxide ion. Therefore, it is a neutral in nature. In this solution, pH is equal to 7. Why? Hydrogen hydroxide is same. Therefore, how do you define the neutralization reaction scientifically? When hydrogen ion of acid is react with hydroxide ion of base to form a undissociated water molecule are called neutralization reaction. But roughly, we can define like this. Acid react with base to form a salt and water. But actually what happens? Hydrogen ion of acid is react with hydroxide ion of base to form an undissociated water molecule are called neutralization reaction. Such type of phenomena takes place in the neutralization reactions. I understand. This is the examples of neutralization reactions. It means that all types of salt is formed by which reaction? Neutralization reaction. The first example. Here, in case of sodium chloride, same number of hydrogen ion, therefore, NaCl salt is which in nature? Neutral in nature. First type salt. You take the second example. Sodium sulphate, when sulfuric acid, strong acid. It is a strong acid. An example of strong acid react with strong base NaOH. Sodium hydroxide is also strong base. It form a sodium sulphate Na2So4 plus water. Form which salt? Sodium sulphate. According to ionic reactions, both are ionized up because it is a strong, it is also strong. Sulfuric acid in the water, aqueous means water. In the water, it form a hydrogen ion and which ion? Sulfate ion in the water. Similarly, sodium hydroxide also form a sodium ion and hydroxide ion. Sodium sulfate also salt, therefore it is also ionized. It gives the sodium ion plus sulfate ion plus water. According to ionic equations. Cancel the common ions. Sodium is common, 2Na get cancelled, SO4. Is it not? Na2SO4, not 2 here. Na2SO4, sulfate gets cancelled. What remains? 2H positive plus 2OH negative to form a 2H2O molecule. It form a 2H2O molecule. Compare the number of hydrogen on both the sides. In left hand side 2 hydrogen, 2 hydroxide, and here also 2 hydrogen and 2 hydroxide, means 4 hydrogen. 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, oxygen 2. 2 hydrogen of acid and 2 hydroxide of base. Therefore, same number of hydrogen present in the water or in the solution. Therefore, its pH equal to 7. Hence, it is which in nature? Na2SO4 is a which type of salt? Neutral salt. This is the 2 examples of which type of salt. First type is the neutral salt. Take the second example. Second type of salt. Understand what is the neutral salt? How you define the neutral salt? When strong acid react with strong base to form a salt. Such salts are called neutral salts because its pH is 7 and in this solution same number of hydrogen and hydroxide is present in the solutions. Understand? Next, third example. When strong acid HCl is react with weak base is the ammonium hydroxide NH4OH. Acid HCl is a strong acid. It is a strong acid. It is a weak base. Is react to form a new salt and water NH4Cl plus water. Ammonium chloride. Name of compound is a ammonium chloride. The salt and water. I understand. This is a reaction, neutralization reaction. Acid react with base to form salt and water. According to ionic theory, what happens? It is a strong. According to ionic theory, strong acid completely ionized in the water, aqueous, and it form a H positive and Cl negative ion. NH4 is a weak base, therefore not ionized completely. It remains as it is in the solution NH4OH. And ammonium chloride is salt, therefore it is ionized completely. And to form NH2 positive and Cl negative plus water is a undissociated water molecules. Cancel the common ion both sides. Chlorine get cancelled. What is remains? H positive plus NH4OH. NH4 ion plus H2O. See in this last reaction, the solution contains the hydrogen ion of acid. It is a free in nature. Therefore, its pH is less than 7 and NH4Cl salt is which in nature? Acidic in nature. I understand. This is the second type of salt, NH4Cl. Take the next type of salt. Fourth example. When ammonium hydroxide react with a nitric acid, HNO3. Nitric acid is the which acid? Strong acid. React with weak base ammonium hydroxide. It form a NH4NO3 ammonium nitrate salt plus water. According to ionic theory, what happens? Strong acids ionize completely, H positive plus NO3 negative. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base, it is not ionized or not dissociate the ions in the waters. Ammonium nitrate completely ionized and gives the NH4 positive and NO3 negative plus H2O. Cancel the common ion both sides. Which is the common ion? NO3 get cancelled. What is remains? H positive plus NH4 OH. NH4 thrice, sorry, NH4 positive plus H2O. Compare on both sides. Which ion is free here? Hydrogen ion is free in the solution. Therefore, it is which in nature? NH4 NO3 is again which in nature? Acidic in nature. How do you define the acidic salt? The salt which is formed by the reactions of strong acid and weak base, the obtained salt is called as the acidic salt and its pH is less than 7. Is the second type of salt. Next example. Acetic acid. What is the formula of acetic acid? CH3COOH. Acetic acid react with sodium hydroxide. Is it not? Sodium hydroxide is the strong base and is a weak acid to form a sodium acetate and water. Name of compound is a, remember the formula and name, sodium acetate. It is a salt. According to ionic theory, weak acid is not dissociated completely. It remains as it is in the solution. CH3COH, which is the strong here. Base is strong. It is ionized completely and to form a Na positive and OH negative ion. Salt is also ionized here. CH3COO negative acetate ion and to form a Na positive ion and water molecule. Cancelling the common ion both sides. What is remains here in the solution? Acetic acid in aqueous plus OH negative in aqueous solution, CH3CO negative aqueous and water molecule. Compare the on both sides which ion is free. In the solution, hydroxide ion is free. Therefore, if the solution contains the OH ion more, then solution is which in nature? Basic in nature. Therefore, CH3CONA sodium acetate is a which in nature? Basic nature salt. It is a basic nature. And its pH is greater than 7. Last example. Like the last example. Next is the basic nature salt is the when sodium hydroxide is react with carbonic acid H2CO3. What happens? It forms a sodium carbonate Na2CO3 plus water. You see here, it is a weak acid. It is a strong base dissolved in water to form a salt sodium carbonate. According to ionic theory, weak acid not dissociate completely in the waters, but strong acid, strong base completely ionized NaOH and to form Na positive OH negative ion. Sodium carbonate also ionized or dissociate the ions and to form a Na positive and CO3 negative plus H2O. Cancelling the common and both sides. Cancelling the, sodium get cancelled. What remains? H2CO3 plus 2H negative to form a CO3 negative plus 2H2O. Compare on both sides, which one is free again? 2 hydroxide present in the solution. Therefore, Na2CO3 is a which type of salt? Basic nature salt. Its pH is greater than 7 again. It means that on this example, we conclude that salt is divided into 3 types. First is the neutral salt. Second is the acidic salt. And third is the basic salt. What are the examples of neutral salt? I will take the neutral salt example is the NaCl, KCl, Na2So4. How to define the neutral salt? The salt which is formed by the reactions of strong acid and strong base. The octane compound called neutral salt. Acidic salt, NH4Cl. Is it not? NH4 twice SO4. How to define the acidic salt? This salt is formed by the reaction between the strong acid and weak base are called acidic salt. Its pH is less than 7. Basic salt is the CS3COO Na2CO3. How to define? When the weak acid is react to strong base, the obtained salt is called as the basic salt because its pH is greater than 7. Question may be asked in the examination. Write a short note on neutralization reaction, or what are the types of salt, give its example, or sometime some formula of salt is given, identify the following salt as acidic, basic and neutral. Such type of question may be asked in the examination. Thank you.